What's up, everybody? Alex here. Welcome back to another video, and welcome to a bit of an overdue concert review and experience from a couple weeks ago. So, kind of working in this concert review into some of the other videos I am doing just to sort of switch it up again and stay, I guess, nimble in terms of the content. But on June 3rd, which at this point is about 2.5 weeks ago, I got a chance to see Orville Peck and Durand Jones. So a little bit of backstory here. I had heard, we'll start with Orville. I had heard of Orville Peck a million times, especially a couple years ago. I felt like everybody was talking about his latest release called Bronco. In fact, for those who watch YouTube videos of people who show records all the time, Mazzy, I remember, I think Bronco was his top album of 2022 or something like that. So a lot of people had been talking about him. However, I must admit, stylistically and just in terms of the music, it's not my thing. I mean, it's country. It's not really my thing. But, and this is where sort of the backstory comes in. One of my best friends here in town is a huge Orville Peck fan. And he asked me, he's like, oh my God, he's coming. Do you want to go? And I was like, hell yeah, I want to go. Like, A, I'll never turn down a show, even if I don't even care for the artist. And B, I thought it was interesting that there are so many people who like Orville Peck who don't listen to or like anything else within that genre. There's just something different. And so admittedly, I had maybe spot checked a few things. Sorry for the lighting here. It's like the morning. I know this is probably just tragic for all of you, but I just heard so many people talking about him, and I said, there must be something I'm missing for all these people to like Orville Peck without necessarily liking other stuff within that genre. So of course I wanted to go look up the tickets, buy these tickets, and I see that Durand Jones is opening, and that is where I'll start with this. So Durand Jones, shockingly enough, I know this will be such a surprise for all of you, I'm very familiar with, because Durand Jones was one of the first artists signed and released to Coal Mine Records all the way back in 2016 with the self-titled Durand Jones and the Indications record. Not only one of the first, I think this was like Coal Mine 2013, so within the first 10 or 15 releases from Coal Mine so many years ago. A lot of people look at Durand Jones and the Indications as one of these big success stories. They were on Coal Mine Records, a small independent label, moved on over to Dead Oceans. They've kept the relationship going. People know who they are. They're very exciting. I think American Love Call from a few years ago was a huge hit. Not only that, but members of Durand Jones, the Indications, have gone on to do other things that people are huge fans of. So, for example, Aaron Frazier, who had been there since the very, very beginning, he's got his own solo stuff going on now, also on Dead Oceans. One of my favorites, he joined the Indications a little bit later, Steve Okonski on piano. He released one of my favorite jazz records ever last year, Magnolia, also on Coal Mine Records. And so, Durand Jones, the Indications really did become sort of like the success story, especially on Coal Mine, and there's still a great relationship there. And so they had released, I believe, as Durand Jones, the Indications, 3 or 4 records. But just last year, Durand Jones decided he wanted to release a solo record under just his name to really highlight, I guess you could say it's a concept record, to really highlight his upbringing in Hillaryville, Louisiana. So the deep, deep South, right? And we're in the Mississippi River, small town in Louisiana, and released this record. What is this? Wait Till I Get Over. And so this sort of documents his struggles and trials and tribulations and successes and what it was like growing up there and still calling it home. This is a beautiful, beautiful record. So yeah, this is his solo stuff, not part of the Indications, but similar in music. We're talking some neo amazing soul. There's Leon Bridges in this. There's John Legend in this. There's a little bit of old school, almost like Little Richard type or James Brown type wails. This is the type of music that you feel like time stopped back on, Stax Records or something back in the 60s. So I was so excited to see Durand Jones, and then obviously to see Orville was just a bonus. So, I mean, he killed it. He comes out in like the coolest outfit, playing the saxophone, which I totally forgot that he's a sax player. And he just put on such a great show. I mean, they played for maybe 45, 50 minutes or so to open the show, but this is an incredible album. I will say, of course, there's a number of different color variants. I went with the Coal Mine color exclusive, which, you know, is pretty dope, not gonna lie. This is like a tan and blue jay sort of thing. So yeah, this is an amazing record. And again, to see an artist like Durand Jones opening up for Orville was pretty awesome. So yeah, he killed it. And if you don't know Durand Jones, and you like sort of old school soul music, you need to get into Durand Jones, The Indications. Such a great band. Gosh, I'm really sorry about this light. It's terrible. Let's see. Does that work? Oh, gosh. Okay. Whatever. So we'll keep it going so we don't have to restart this stupid video. So next is Orville Peck. Now, Orville Peck, Canadian by way of South Africa. He's kind of got a little bit of I hate to say like a novelty sort of thing, but he kind of became known as like the masked cowboy. He would wear these masks to hide his identity. No one knew his real name, all these different things. Interestingly enough, we had tickets to see him last year, but he ended up canceling his whole tour to focus on some mental health concerns. Canceled the whole tour, then came back, and he's feeling happier and healthier than ever, which is really great. But again, musically, I mean, it's country, but it is Western type stuff. And so again, musically not really my thing, but I was interested to see him. And I will say, for me, what sold it, and I'm still not crazy about the music, but he puts on such a great performance, and he's such a great singer. I mean, I absolutely loved it. And, everybody there was just, vibing because it was just such a great performance. So again, the record that was put out a couple years ago that sort of, blew up is called Bronco. This one here. Before this, you had... I guess his debut was called Pony, and then there was an EP in there called Show Pony. And so it was interesting. He made a comment that the last time he was in Columbus, he played a club called Ace of Cups. Now, Ace of Cups probably fits a couple hundred people, maybe 300, 400 people, if that. And now he's playing Kemba Live, which is an outdoor venue that is 4,000 or 5,000. And so interesting how just over a couple of years these artists can blow up. But yeah, I mean, this is country, but it's Western, it's heroic, it's soundtrack music. The lyrics I think are brilliant. It really does sort of describe this sort of old West, but New West sort of vibe. So, yeah, I mean, I loved it. I thought it was a great experience. I do have a thing for those of you who don't know that if I see an artist on a tour that they are promoting, I buy the record for that tour that they're promoting. So that's why I picked this up. I do enjoy it, but I also think I enjoy it because when I hear it, I go back to the live performance, just again, because musically it's not really my thing. But you know what? I think it takes experiences like this to open us up to it. And I appreciated how this tour was sort of this combo of, this country, out west sort of music with Durand Jones, who's playing like neo soul, a very, very interesting but dynamic bill. For sure. So, yeah, I mean, I'm an Orville fan. Absolutely. I'm curious to see. I know right now he's like releasing, or it's already been released, Stampede Volume 1, which is sort of some duets with some covers. And, he's singing with a whole bunch of other famous people. And we'll see about that. But for me, again, it was all about the live performance. And he and his band just put on such a great show. So, yeah, totally recommend. If you are a country fan and you're not in the know, an amazing voice that's kind of got like a throwback, I don't know, even to like the Roy Orbisons of the world. So, yeah, there you go. A quick little video here is showcasing and talking a little bit about these two artists that I got a chance to see a couple weeks ago. Sincere apologies again for this stupid ass lighting, such as life, but I guess it's the morning, so before the work day. So, hey, everybody get after it. Have a good week and weekend, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Bye.